Hi and welcome to OTR Miniatures. Thanks for joining me for another instalment of Scenery Saturday. We've been making a few bits of scenery lately, but overall our battlefield is looking a bit flat. So today we're going to be making some hills. I'll be making out of XPS insulation board. I've already pre-cut a 12" by 12" square of it. That's the rough shape of the hill marked out. Let's use this wire cutter and get our hill. So now we're left with our rough hill shape. As you can see, the insulation board here is two pieces stuck together to make a 50mm depth, so that gives us a nice overall depth of the hill. Step 2 is to angle the sides to roughly 45 degrees. 45 degrees. And then we just go all the way around and create our beveled edge. Now that's done, I've been left with a hill that looks like this, which if you compare it to the Urukai for scale, you can see is a little bit on the big side. The magazine didn't have any measurements at all for the thickness, so I just guessed it at 50, but I'm going to cut again, slope the top of it a bit more and make it a bit lower. So this is how the hill's looking now. It doesn't look too much like the one in the magazine, but as the playthrough in the magazine showed two hills, I've made a second one. And that is a lot closer in resemblance to the one in the magazine. Now that they are both done, the next step in the magazine is to smooth the sides using sandpaper. Now that they are both sanded, we can move on to painting them. I've finished painting both the hills now. I've painted them in a slightly darker shade of green than the magazine showed. That's just personal preference, so you can paint it any shade of green you like. Next step up is to flock the hill, so I'll mix up some PVA glue and water, and then I'll just quickly guide you through that process. So I've mixed up a 50-50 mix of PVA glue and water. This just helps it spread easily over the model. So I'll cover the whole thing with that, and then we'll go on to the flocking. Once you've covered it in glue, it's just as simple as sprinkling on the flock. Get it covered all over. Don't worry about any excess, that'll be shaken off after. Once you've finished covering your hills in flock or static grass, or a combination of both, then the hills are complete according to the magazine. But they've also got a step where you can add more character to the hill. So they're using stones to create a rocky outcrop. And I collected some when I was out on a walk recently. So I will arrange these, glue them together, and then get them painted and stuck onto one of the hills. When you have finished painting them, you will end up with something that resembles this. So the final step now is just to glue it to one of the hills. Glue the stones to the hill using PVA glue, and once that's dry, the hill is complete and ready to use on your battle scenarios. So the hills are now finished and I'm really happy with the results. If you follow along and make your own, be sure to tag me in it at OTR Miniatures or use the hashtag OTRSS. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it and join me in the next one.